Hi everyone and welcome to this YIN yoga practice where we're going to focus today on the hamstrings and the glutes. Because this is YIN yoga, we're going to hold the poses for about 3 to 5 minutes each, and that's going to help you to get a really nice deep stretch. But as always, if you feel that you have reached your maximum capacity with holding the pose, you can always come out of the pose earlier. That is absolutely okay. And as usual, you might have some cushions or yoga blocks nearby. And today you might also have a blanket nearby as well that can help with some of these poses, especially helping to protect our knees when they're on the mat. So if you are ready to begin, we're going to start with a half shoelace today. So you can sit on your mat with your legs out long in front of you. And this is where you can be sitting on a cushion or a yoga block to make this pose a little bit more accessible. And then we're going to start by reaching our right foot over towards the outside of the left hip. So you can really mindfully pull this right foot back. Get it as close to the hip as you can. Now, if this is starting to put a little bit of pressure on this bottom knee, that's where you can fold a blanket and place the blanket in underneath the bottom knee. We're going to be here for 3 minutes in total, so feel free to fidget and adjust, do whatever you need to do. And then just try to settle into the stillness of half shoelace. Now, if you do want to go a little bit deeper into this pose and really target this bottom hamstring, then you can start to very mindfully fold forward, walking your hands away from you and then dropping your nose towards that top knee. You can have your palms facing up here if that feels more natural. And if you have come into this folded shoelace, you'll start to really feel that stretch within your left hamstring. So just bring your awareness to it. The deeper you go into the pose, the more congestion and tightness you might feel within that hamstring. So keep using your breath to clear away any blockages. Inhaling to gently stretch and open it up, and then exhaling to get rid of tension. And we'll be here for about 1 more minute if you can. Really focusing all of your awareness into that left hamstring. Keep breathing in and out from it. Now we'll slowly start to come out of the pose, just pushing yourself away from the floor, coming back to that straight spine. You can give yourself a moment or two if you need to here. And then when you're ready, we're going to take this into the full version of shoelace pose. So now we're going to allow this left knee to bend, bringing the left foot to the outside of the right hip. So again, here you can sit up on a cushion or a yoga block if you need to. Make sure you're not sitting on your feet, and make sure you can feel both of your seat bones pressing down into whatever you're sitting on. Now we're going to be here in full shoelace for 3 minutes. You might be feeling this within your glutes. And we're going to stay with a nice straight spine here. So once you feel settled, you might close your eyes. And just relax your shoulders. Drop them down away from your ears. Try to straighten up through your spine. You might tuck your chin slightly towards your chest so the back of your neck is nice and long. Now find your breath. Send your breath deep into your pelvis so it can stretch the glutes. Send it in to release any tension from the glutes. And then each time you exhale, you're getting that tightness out of your body. And if your awareness has drifted away, if it's gone off of your yoga mat and out of your body, that's okay. Just bring it back now. Connect to your breath and keep focusing on that sensation you feel within your glutes. And take 3 more big breaths here. Now there's no rush to do so. You can really slowly start to unravel your legs. You might lean back on your hands here. And then you can do whatever your legs are craving here. They might just want to shake or stretch, or you might just want to rotate through your ankles, stretch out your toes. And now we'll repeat half shoelace and full shoelace on the opposite side. So this time your left foot is coming to the outside of your right hip. You're gently pulling it back. Check in on this bottom knee here. If it needs a little bit of support, you can put that blanket in underneath. And then we're wiggling and adjusting and eventually finding some stillness. If you want to go deeper into this side, you can, of course, start to walk your hands away from you. Drop your head towards your knee. And then find your right hamstring. Notice all of the sensation you can feel within it. And then breathe in to help alleviate some of that tightness. Breathe out to carry it out of your body. And we're here for 3 minutes in total. And all of your awareness is anchored into your body. Within any yin yoga pose, you might get invited to go a little bit deeper into it to explore the next edge of the pose. So if that's happening here, you might be able to walk your hands a little bit further away, maybe drop your nose a little bit deeper, and then stay at that edge until you get invited to go a bit deeper again. Take 3 more big breaths. And then slowly push the floor away from you, coming back to that straight spine. And when you're ready, you can take it into full shoelace by bending your right knee. Locate both of your seat bones and make sure they're pressed into whatever you're sitting on. And try to keep your back nice and straight here. Your chin is slightly tucked to the chest. Shoulders are relaxed. Your jaw is loose. Allow your breath and your awareness to drop down into your pelvis. Feeling those sensations within your glutes. And just pausing on those sensations now for the next 3 minutes. for our last few breaths, just notice how each inhale stretches and expands the muscle within the glutes. And then each exhale helps everything to get a little bit softer. We'll take 3 more full breath cycles. And as you're ready, you can slowly unravel the pose. And doing whatever you feel called to do here. We'll release shoelace with some windshield wipers, so you can bend your knees, feet are about mat with distance apart. Exhale to drop both knees to one side. Inhale to pick them up, and then exhale to drop to the opposite side. And this is a nice way to release any tension that might have accumulated within those poses. So just keep your awareness with your hips. If it feels good to pause at any point, feel free to do that. And then from here, we're going to come into downward facing dog, not as a yin pose, but just as a little opportunity to release the hips again and to stretch the hamstrings. So you can bring your hands to the front of your mat. Toes come towards the back of the mat. Hands are about shoulder width distance apart. And then curl your toes onto the mat. Lift both knees and then drag your hips up and back behind you. Drop your head as if you're trying to bring your ears in line with your biceps. Point your tailbone up towards the sky. Keep a bend in your knees if you need to, and then have your feet about hip width distance apart. Now try to touch your heels to the mat, but it's okay if they don't make it. And feel that full body stretch all through the back of your body. And now you might start to paddle your feet, just bending one knee at a time, stretching through your hip and your hamstring. Keep pushing yourself away from your hands and keep your tailbone pointed away from you. And now downward dog will bring us into our next pose, which is dangling. So you can start to walk your feet towards your hands. Keep a really generous bend in your knees here, and then grab opposite elbows. And your spine can just hang over your legs here. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. Feet are still about hip width distance apart. If you need a little bit more support here, you can bring your elbows up onto your thighs and just rest them there. But if you do want to go a little bit deeper and really target your hamstrings, you can allow everything to hang low. So this is a really great pose to get that deep stretch into the hamstrings. We're going to stay here for 5 minutes in total. But of course, if you do need to take a break or to come out earlier, please feel free to do that. So bring your awareness to all of those sensations you're feeling within both of your hamstrings. And keep sending your breath into the exact point that needs your breath the most. Inhaling to open and lengthen, and then exhaling to release. Let's check in here, just making sure you're not locking your knees. Relaxing your jaw, relaxing your face, softening your shoulders, and making sure all of your attention and awareness is going into your hamstrings. Your mind and your breath are completely focused on this task. And we'll take 3 more full breaths here in dangling. And when you're ready to come out of the pose, you can bring your fingertips back towards the mat and then bring a nice generous bend into your knees so you can eventually come back to sit on the mat. So you can do whatever you're called to do here to release the poses that we've practiced. And then we'll finish this routine with a few rounds of windshield wipers. So this is one more opportunity to get rid of any tension from your glutes, from your hamstrings. And keeping your awareness still with your body and with your breath. And we'll just do one more moment here of windshield wipers. And once you're satisfied, you can come back to a nice comfortable way to sit on your mat. You might just close your eyes or relax your gaze here. Let everything settle and just feel whatever you feel. And if you can stay here for longer, I definitely recommend that you do that. But if you are ready to finish this practice, you can start to open up the eyes again. Thank you so much for joining me for this yin routine. I hope you enjoyed it and found it beneficial. If you did, please leave this video a thumbs up and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. I have lots more practices just like this, and I would love to practice with you again in the future. So I will see you in the next video, but until then, take good care and goodbye.